Welcome to The Explainer. We're all about taking big ideas and boiling them down into clear, actionable takeaways you can actually use.
So today we're going to dive into a real classic, Leo Lones' book, How to Talk to Anyone, to unlock the secrets of what makes someone a master communicator. Because, Lones puts it perfectly. The people who seem to have it all, they're not just lucky. They figured out how to connect with the people who then help them get to the top.
Who hasn't felt that way, right? But here's the good news. The book's big argument is that great communication, it's not some magic gift you're born with. Nope, it's a skill you can learn. And get this, it starts before you even open your mouth. Your body is already telling a story, and you get to be the one who writes the script.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to build this thing from the ground up. First, we'll tackle those crucial first 10 seconds. Then, we'll get past the dreaded hello and small talk. After that, it's all about talking like a VIP, building that instant connection, and finally, wrapping it all up with the right mindset for your very next conversation.
Okay, section 1. You've got, 10 seconds? That's it. 10 seconds to make that first impression count. So how do you walk into a room and just project that you're a somebody without saying a single thing? It's all about your body language, and we've got 3 powerful nonverbal tricks to control that story.
Let's talk about the flooding smile. Lowndes tells this great story about her friend Missy, who she always knew as this incurable giggler. But then Missy takes over her family's company, and boom, she's transformed. What was her secret? It was so simple. She just learned to slow down her smile. That one little change gave her this whole new vibe of sincerity and credibility. She went from Missy the giggler to Melissa the CEO everyone took seriously.
Okay, so how do you do it? It's 3 simple steps. First, you pause. Don't just flash a smile the second you make eye contact. Next, you really look at the person for just a split second. And then you let that big, warm smile flood across your face. That pause, that's where the magic is. That little delay is what makes it feel so real, so genuine, like it's just for them. It's like a warm wave, and it creates this incredible connection, instantly.
All right, technique number 2, sticky eyes. This one's a game changer. The idea is to imagine your eyes are literally glued to the other person's with warm, sticky taffy. And even when they're done talking, you don't just look away. No, you do it slowly, reluctantly, like you're stretching that taffy until it finally snaps. And the research backs this up. People see you as smarter, more insightful, and more respectful. It makes them feel heard, and honestly, it makes them like you more. And then there's this one, hang by your teeth. I love this. It's a pure visualization trick for perfect posture. Just imagine a circus iron jaw bit, the leather thing, hanging in every single doorway you walk through. As you pass under it, you just mentally bite down and let it pull you up. Your whole body just snaps into alignment. Head up, shoulders back, total confidence. You do this a few times, and guess what? Great posture just becomes second nature. It's the first sign of a winner.
Okay, so you've nailed the first impression. You look great, you've got the posture, the smile, the eyes. But what do you actually say? Let's move on and tackle those moments where conversations just die. We're going to make sure you're never stuck wondering, what do I say now?
We've all been there. You're at a party, things are going okay, and then someone hits you with it. So, where are you from? And your brain just serves up a one-word answer.
Boom, Columbus, Ohio. And crickets. You can almost see the gears grinding in their head as they desperately try to think of literally anything to say about Columbus, Ohio. The conversation just hits a brick wall.
So what do you do? How do you stop that from happening? The secret is so simple. Never, ever give a naked answer. You got to dress it up, give the other person something they can actually use to keep the ball rolling. This is technique number 15, never the naked city. The whole point is to give them a conversational hook. So instead of just Columbus, Ohio, you say something like, oh, I'm from Columbus, Ohio. The city with a full-size replica of Christopher Columbus's ship, the Santa Maria, just anchored right downtown. See? Now they've got something to work with. They can ask about ships, about history, about replicas. The conversation suddenly has legs.
Okay, let's level up. We're moving into how to talk like a real VIP. The biggest difference between an average communicator and a great one often comes down to the kinds of questions they ask.
and, just as importantly, the ones they don't ask.
Take a look at this. On one side, the amateur question, so what do you do? And on the other, the VIP version, how do you spend most of your time? See the difference? It's subtle, but it's huge. One's about a label, which can feel kind of judgy. The other is about their life, which feels like you're actually curious about them.
This is technique number 24. What do you do not? Seriously, top communicators just avoid that blunt question. How do you spend most of your time is way more respectful. It shows you're interested in the whole person, not just their job title. It makes you come across as more thoughtful, and it gives them the freedom to talk about what really matters to them, whether that's their job, their kids, their passion for rock climbing, whatever.
All right, now for a really cool psychological trick. Did you know you can actually speed up the process of feeling close to someone you just met? And it's not about being fake or manipulative. It's about using language to subconsciously fast forward past all that awkward introductory stuff and create an instant feeling of, well, of being on the same team.
It honestly sounds way too simple to work, but there is one little 3-letter word that can make a total stranger feel like your old pals, and that word is we. Using it at the right time is a total pro move.
This is the premature we. So, how does it work? Imagine you're in a buffet line. Instead of just standing there, you turn to the person next to you and say, wow, look at this incredible spread they put out for us. Or maybe, uh-oh, we're going to be in trouble if we eat all this. Instantly, you're not just two strangers. You're a we. You're sharing an experience. It is such a powerful shortcut to building rapport.
Okay, let's bring this all home. You're now armed with a whole arsenal of techniques, from body language to how to start a great conversation. But none of it matters without the right mindset. It all comes down to how you decide to be when you walk into that room.
So think about these 3 mindsets of a master communicator. First, be the chooser. Don't just stand there waiting for someone to talk to you. Scan the room and decide who you want to meet. Second, overlook bloopers. Someone spills a drink, stumbles over a word, just pretend you didn't even notice. It makes you look so gracious and confident. And third, keep score. Not in a bad way, just be aware of the give and take in relationships. Don't be too quick to ask for a favor, and don't forget when you owe one. See, these aren't just tricks, they're philosophies, and they'll change how you handle every single interaction you have.
So, the next time you walk into a room, who are you going to choose to be? All these techniques we've talked about, they're just tools in your toolbox. Your confidence is the key that makes them all work. You absolutely have the power to become a more effective, more charismatic, and more successful communicator. The choice, as it always is yours.